Built initially by Boeing, now McDonnell Douglas. On behalf of the commander of Strike Fighter Squadron 106. Excel in both the fighter and the strike mission. Today's flight demonstration is sponsored by Lieutenant Tupac Lee. In his demonstration today, he'll maneuver his aircraft under G-forces ranging from -1 to 7.5 times normal and flying at airspeeds of 110 knots to 600 knots, and all of the maneuvers you will see here today demonstrate the Hornet's capabilities in the tactical arena and are employed every day during combat and training flights. It's powered by two GE F404 engines, giving it 30,000 pounds of thrust and allowing it to come by here at over 500 miles an hour. Tupac was accelerating almost to the speed of sound. As he goes up over 6,000, between 6,000 and 7,000 feet, watch him. He's now headed back toward Naval Air Station Oceana. He's going to set up now for a vertical reversal, which will give him the ability to do what is called a double Immelman. It is 2 half loops with 2 half rolls. As he approaches show center, he'll pull hard back on the stick. That is a maneuver created by World War I German ace Max Immelman as an evasive maneuver, half a loop with a half a roll. Now, keep your eye on Tupac as he comes back down. Aiming straight toward the ground with a quarter of a roll and heads on out to the back course. All Navy fighter pilots undergo a grueling 2 years of naval flight training before earning their wings of gold. The same thing went for Lieutenant Lee. Tupac will now demonstrate the F-A-18's extremely tight turning radius. Whether in a dogfight or while avoiding surface-to-air missiles, the ability of the Hornet to turn around at a very tight space gives it a tremendous tactical advantage. From the left, the Hornet, minimum radius turn. That is the afterburner. Let's get the noise by and I'll tell you what that's about. Are a part of the jet engine that allow it to generate a great deal very, very quickly by putting raw jet fuel in the jet exhaust of the airplane. The jet engine operates very, very simply. It sucks the air in, it squeezes it up, it puts it into a combustion chamber, and then the escaping gases make it go. The afterburner pouring raw jet fuel in really increases the thrust of the engine, but it also uses up fuel at a very, very high rate. Now, let's watch. In this is what we call the carrier configuration path. This has to be one of the most difficult things a Navy pilot does, and that's land on the pitching deck of a moving aircraft carrier at an angle moving away from you. The tail hook, you can see from the rear of the aircraft. That is what catches one of 4 wires stretched across the deck of the carrier. As Tupac comes in very, very slowly, you can see that tail hook down as well as the landing gear and the flaps. Now listen to him as he raises the gear, flaps, and tail hook, shoves the throttle forward, and powers out 36,000 pounds of thrust. Now, from the left. Back on the stick. Stands it on its tail. And then rolls it over in what we call a loaded roll. What a reversal. Now, from the right, let's look as Lieutenant Justin Lee brings the aircraft in, his Hornet, at about 300 miles per hour. You won't believe what you're going to see right here. Straight and level flight. Watch him as he reaches show center what happens. Kind of stood it right on its tail. The thing that makes this airplane so capable is a couple of very, very sophisticated flight control systems. They are flight control computers. It will also allow him to slow this airplane down to about 110 miles per hour. He's going to come in from the left. He's going to slow the airplane down and pull back on the stick, and he's going to pitch that nose up to about 25 degrees nose high. He's going to keep the power on. This is the angle of attack, the difference between the horizon and where the nose is pointed. Look at him as he slows down. This airplane can go about 1,100 miles per hour. It's going to be going 1/10 of that speed. Would dare to attempt such a maneuver like this, but the two flight control computers allow him to do it. How about that? Pretty awesome, isn't it? The carrier is most vulnerable, so what they want to do is to get there at that time, because it's facing into the wind, it's very, very unable to maneuver to stay clear of other ships. So the airplanes come in real fast like this and pitch hard to the left. To slow them down for their landing. Once the gear and flaps are lowered, you can listen to the precise power changes that Tupac is going to make as he guides the aircraft right to a spot on the runway. Now here at Oceana, just like landing on a carrier, there's an actual carrier landing area painted on the runway. It is his job to put that airplane right down on the painted carrier deck, and this landing, by the way, is being graded. If it were a real carrier deck, he would actually be trying to catch the third of 4 wires that are stretched across the deck. Now I'm going to turn the music down. Now listen how he works the throttles. You can hear the power changes as he approaches his landing spot. Watch him, he'll touch down, full power, and go around. Because he's got to touch down in a very, very short space. Landing on a carrier, no matter whether they catch the wire or not, shoves the throttles forward just in case he needs or she needs to get power to go around so they don't just fall off into the ocean. All right, it's time to get your cameras ready. I just think we're going to get ourselves a photo pass here as Lieutenant Dustin Tupac Lee comes by in the A-18 Hornet. Look at that. What a beautiful sight. For the Hornet. All right, still to come. We're going to be bringing the Geico Skytypers in a couple of moments, and I want to remind you that since we're saying Geico Skytypers, they are indeed brought to you by Geico, where you can save 15% or more on your car insurance with just a quick 15-minute call to Geico.